Saturn in Aries 2025, the call to radical responsibility. On May 24, 2025, Saturn, the planet of discipline, structure, karma, and life lessons, officially moves into Aries, the fiery sign of initiation, independence, and raw willpower. This shift signals the beginning of a brand new Saturn cycle, one that demands we face our impulses, confront our fears around leadership, and take radical ownership of the paths we forge. In this blog, we'll unpack what Saturn in Aries means, the opportunities and challenges it brings, and how to navigate this bold, sometimes confrontational energy. Saturn in astrology, the taskmaster of the skies. Before we dive into Aries' influence, let's revisit Saturn's role in astrology. Saturn is often known as the great teacher. It rules over time, boundaries, discipline, maturity, hard lessons, and karmic debts. Where Saturn travels in your chart, it forces you to slow down, confront weaknesses, and rebuild with wisdom. Saturn isn't about instant gratification. It's about long-haul rewards earned through consistency, humility, and resilience. This planet strips away illusions, leaving only what's real and sustainable. Aries energy, the warrior archetype. Aries, ruled by Mars, is the first sign of the zodiac. It represents initiation, new beginnings, courage, individuality, and self-assertion. Raw instinct and primal will, action, aggression, and quick decisions. Where Saturn slows down, Aries rushes forward. Together, these energies create a tense yet powerful blend of disciplined action and strategic aggression. What happens when Saturn enters Aries? When Saturn moves into Aries, we begin a new cycle of karmic lessons centered on personal responsibility, assertive leadership, learning how to act with maturity and integrity, setting boundaries around anger, impulse, and ego. This transit encourages us to harness our ambition but asks that we wield it with accountability. Saturn in Aries isn't about unchecked aggression. It's about channeling passion into long-term goals and leaving behind childish, reckless behavior. Key themes to expect during Saturn in Aries 2025-2028. 1. Identity shifts. Aries rules the self, so expect major reevaluations of who you are and how you present yourself to the world. Saturn here strips away superficial identities, pushing you to build your confidence from a place of earned strength. Expect ego confrontations, challenges to false bravado, tests in authenticity and courage, reinventing your personal brand or image. 2. Karmic lessons in leadership. This transit demands you step up, not by force, but through quiet authority and steady resilience. Those who misuse power or act recklessly will feel Saturn's cold correction. Expect leadership opportunities or sudden responsibilities, lessons around control, dominance, and humility. Realizing where you need to lead versus follow accountability for past impulsive actions. 3. Anger and conflict management. Aries governs war, Mars energy, and assertiveness. Saturn forces us to confront our relationship with anger, conflict, and risk-taking. Expect facing suppressed rage or childhood wounds around competition, learning when to act and when to retreat. Developing emotional intelligence around aggression and assertiveness, boundaries around impulsive or self-destructive behaviors. 4. New beginnings that require patience. Though Aries loves to start things, Saturn requires follow-through. You might feel the urge to leap into new ventures, but realize the need to build solid foundations first. Expect slower progress than expected, but more lasting results. Frustration with delays and obstacles. The necessity to refine plans before launching Saturn's blessing on projects grounded in realism. Collective and global implications. On a global level, Saturn in Aries can manifest as rising political movements led by youth or underdogs, confrontations around personal freedom versus authority, increased focus on individual rights, activism, and grassroots leadership, heightened military tensions, reforms, or peace negotiations, discussions around masculinity, dominance, and aggression in society. Expect both constructive and destructive expressions of this energy. The collective will likely confront shadow expressions of Aries, war, egotism, selfishness, while being challenged to redefine what true courage and leadership look like. How to work with Saturn and Aries energy. 1. Practice radical accountability. Own your actions, your anger, your ambition. Saturn rewards those who take responsibility for their choices without blame shifting. Channel passion into discipline. Use Aries' boldness to spark action, but let Saturn temper it. Create routines, structures, and boundaries that support your goals. 3. Learn to lead yourself first. Saturn in Aries teaches that you cannot lead others without first mastering yourself. Focus on self-mastery, inner discipline, and emotional maturity.